Hey, what's up, gentlemen and ladies? Happy Canada Day to, wait for it, Canada. Now real quick, before I actually get into the topic of this video and what I wanted to tell you guys, I have a few things that I want to let you guys know. Firstly, as longtime viewers of my channel may know, every single year I have this tradition of after E3 discussing all of the different conferences with my friends Eliason and Crystallis Kingdom. I know that it's a little bit late, you guys can blame Eliason for this one, but the collab did finally go up on Eli's channel, so you guys can check that out. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well as in the end screen of this video if you guys want to go, you know, hear what we have to say about E3, because I'm sure that you haven't already seen plenty of videos about that. Secondly, and probably most importantly, I did it! I finally got to 9,500 subscribers, which is like the most obscure milestone to be celebrating, but it means that I'm less than 500 subscribers away from 10,000. 5 digits, baby! You guys have no idea how much shit I am planning for my 10,000 subscriber special and beyond. So from now on, I'm gonna try to upload as many videos as I can, because honestly, I owe it to you guys after, you know, the state of the channel for the past couple months. I want to try out so many new and different things throughout this summer, and hopefully I can start doing all that stuff, but it all begins with 10K. Oh, also, I guess a smaller update, I got a Snapchat recently, so if you guys want to go follow me or add me or whatever you do on that, here's the thingy. I don't really use it that much personally, but who knows, maybe you'll get a face reveal before the actual face reveal, which is coming pretty soon. That being said, let's get into the actual topic of the video, Final Fantasy XIV. I know, Dean talking about Final Fantasy XIV, unheard of. It's like that moment when this guy considers Kingdom Hearts and Bravely Default more Final Fantasy games than an actual Final Fantasy game. But yeah, as you may be able to see from the title, I finally buckled down and got Final Fantasy XIV. Honestly, like, I had heard of the Stormblood stuff, obviously, you know, just like going through Twitter and Final Fantasy news sites, you just see news about it, even if you don't really particularly care. But I didn't know that it was coming out when it was coming out, and I just happened to be on the PSN store the exact day that Stormblood came out. And I saw an offer for A Realm Reborn, Heaven Sword, and Stormblood all for 60 bucks. Oh, and 30 free days in the game. And honestly, I couldn't resist. I went ahead and downloaded it, and I got all my friends to download it, and right now I actually have a party of like 5 people. In case you guys are wondering, I actually chose to be a Hure, I want to say is the human race. The reason why I chose to be a human, even though it's the most boring of all the races, is actually because it's the most boring of all the races. It's supposed to be like the most common and generic one, but because it's supposed to be that less people choose it, therefore it's actually a lot more rare than most people would think. And also, you know, just for the sake of balance, I'm always trying to go for the underdog. Yeah, I was Team Instinct back in the day. I say back in the day, this was like 1 year ago. By the way, happy 1-year anniversary to Pokemon Go. And shout out to anyone who still plays it, because I sure don't. But yeah, I'm a Hure Archer, in case anybody's wondering, and my party actually consists of my buddy Eliason that I mentioned earlier. He's a, whatever the dragon people were called, gladiator. And then my friend Wes, who most of you may probably know as the Dissidia guy, he chose to be a Lancer elf. Then you got his friend Gunnar, who is a Lalafell monk. I know, just the best possible combination, right? And to round off the party, we have our healer white mage Eric Freeman, who some of you may recognize from my live streams. He's actually a very frequent viewer of mine. And speaking of live streams, that's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to see if you guys would be interested in some kind of like Final Fantasy XIV live stream with all my friends. Now, don't worry, this isn't gonna turn into a Final Fantasy XIV channel, and I'm gonna stream, you know, Stormblood every week or whatever. If I were to start doing Final Fantasy XIV live streams, it would probably be like maybe once a month, if that. But I know that there is a lot of Final Fantasy XIV fans among my viewers, and I was just curious if you guys would be interested in that kind of thing. I've personally been having a lot of fun with it. It's actually my very first MMO ever, believe it or not, and I figured why not share the fun with you guys, you know? So I guess let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in that kind of thing. Alternatively, another thing that I could do is basically just play through the entire game on my own, but recorded manually, and then like at the end of every month or something, just upload like a highlights video of, you know, funny or cool stuff that happened throughout us playing the game. I could also do that if you guys would be interested in it, but personally I think that the live stream idea sounds pretty cool. Now, as for Final Fantasy XIV on the channel, I honestly don't know about that. I guess I'll wait to see the response to see if you guys would be interested in me covering Final Fantasy XIV. Now, obviously, 14 gets a ton of news all the time, like I'm talking probably weekly, more than pretty much much any other Final Fantasy game, which is to be expected because it is an MMO. And I don't personally think that I'm going to be covering it to the extent of something like the Final Fantasy VII Remake, or as much as I did with Final Fantasy XV before it came out. However, I'm definitely going to stop ignoring it as much as I have been recently. I will admit I've been a bit unfair to Final Fantasy XIV. I could probably count in one hand the number of times that I've mentioned it in my videos. That is, of course, unless you guys are just completely against it and it turns out that none of you actually like Final Fantasy XIV, which I personally doubt. Actually, it'd be really fun if we could even get some viewers to play with us during the live streams, although I don't know if something like that could even happen. But it would be cool, just throwing that out there. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this video. A lot of small stuff, and also, hey, Final Fantasy XIV. I swear one of these days I'll come up with a decent outro for these videos. But I guess for now, bye.